While you've spent 2 hours on your titles and tags, there's sellers blowing up with terrible grammar, terrible titles. But what is causing their raw results? It's not commas or no commas in the title. It's not time spent on the listing itself causing heavy rank. And I'll tell you, it's not even the algorithm truly deciding their heavy rank money-making status. So if it's not the algorithm and if it's not SEO, what really is it? Why do some terrible titles go viral while your listings are not? Once you really learn the truth, you will pivot and you will make more money. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Dave if you're new here. If you're not, I apologize for not uploading for a while. I've been extremely busy in the mentorship program with current students. I will be uploading some testimonials from those mentorship students from the last couple months. It's been about 6 months since I uploaded, so if you've been waiting for a video, I apologize. If you would like to get into the mentorship program, there's a free link for a free call in the description below where we just chat about your store, see how I can help you, and see if you're a fit for the mentorship. Totally free. So let's get into it. Why are some listings doing awesome and why are some doing terrible? Most notably, when yours are doing terrible and you see other sellers doing amazing, but you see them breaking all the rules that you've spent so much time learning. That is the true mystery. And today I want to talk to you about how the algorithm truly serves us rather than determines our fate, right? The algorithm has a power, but you have more power once you understand the sociology of things. So I'm going to explain that as well as give you solutions for it because I want to see you grow and I want to see you do well. So number one, the lie of ranking. You've been taught that success on Etsy is about ranking. Obviously it is, but as if it is the only thing we need to do to make sales is to have titles and tags that the algorithm will love us for and the algorithm will place us for. This was absolutely true 7 to 10 years ago. You could manipulate your way to the top if you just had the right combination of words and things in your title. You repeated the words enough times. But after the 7 to 10 years of Etsy continuously tweaking their algorithm, it responds much differently. It does not respond to what you've put in the title. That is a very important part. And don't get me wrong, you need to learn SEO, obviously, but we want to explain the mystery of why the algorithm is choosing some, seemingly terrible listings over the others. So ranking is actually a reflection of reactions, or rather a reflection of how people respond. It's a reflection of interaction. Okay, the algorithm doesn't choose where your listings go. It serves human interaction, responds to human interaction, aka clicks, views, and ultimately purchases, and serves buyers with those listings that have been responded to. Now, obviously, there are some random happenstance listings in there, new listings, stuff like that. The algorithm is testing new stores, stuff like that. But listings that have heavy rank, when you're always checking that one keyword or whatever it may be, they're always on that front page. Those listings have been battle tested. Those listings might have terrible SEO, but they have been battle tested through human interaction. The algorithm doesn't care if there's commas or no commas. It cares if there's clicks, views, and sales. So once you understand the sociology behind that, then you will be able to change and pivot based on that. So sociology is much bigger than SEO. Does the algorithm rank? Yes, but not in the sense that it decides as much as human interaction decides. And we're gonna get to the solution, of course. So stick with me. Stick with me. We're gonna get to the solutions, the practical applications of how to not manipulate, but to show the algorithm or to catch human attention. Essentially, human attention is the newest currency. And it has been that way for years now, of course. But when it comes to internet fame, when it comes to e-commerce, whatever it may be, human attention, manifested through human interaction is what the true gold is. If you have attention, you have monetization. And in our case here, it's click-through rate, good photos, and of course, picking the right niche. That is a huge sociological factor. And we all just think about it in terms of, man, I need to pick the right niche. What's the right niche? But in reality, it's a sociological factor. And when you start to use these terms, your mind will think about it in different ways. So human interaction decides success, and that can mean listings with bad SEO. That is why you see listings with bad SEO. Does this mean SEO doesn't matter? No, not at all. It's just that it doesn't matter as much. So, for example, a student in my mentorship program asked me, if I use the word gift in a title twice, is it okay? Should I, and this is what I teach, should I use one gift as plural and the other singular? In this instance, what we're going after is hitting exact matches. If the customer is typing in gift or gifts, then you have both versions, and hopefully that makes you more eligible to show up for that, at least in terms of SEO. But at the end of the day, does that matter as much as a killer photo and a in-demand niche, a trending idea, or a hot topic, a passionate topic, whatever it may be? No, it doesn't matter as much. So once you understand that, this concept is important for people starting new stores, second stores, and for sellers already that have chosen niches. Because once you understand this, you can do the implications are wide, whether you're starting a new store, a second store, or have an existing store. So in that instance with gift versus gifts, plural, yes, you want to do that. However, that made me realize, and it triggered the idea for this video, that small details, they add up to a lot of big implications. A lot of small details add up to the entire experience of your listing, yes. However, at the end of the day, that person, if they see it and they interact with it, that's what is going to rank it. And that's why you see terrible listings sell a lot. And, side tip here, when you see terrible listings in terms of SEO, doing really well, don't mimic their bad SEO mistakes. If you've learned something from myself or from another YouTuber that has proven track record, you don't want to just mimic those bad listings. That seller that you're wanting to mimic, that I'm stopping you mimicking right now, they likely picked a great niche, have a great product, and they don't need to learn SEO as much as you do. Because maybe you're trying to sell t-shirts to the dog niche, which is like engaging in trench warfare. But they might be selling something that is low competition, high desirability, handmade furniture, or something that has a higher skill set to get into with a higher demand and a lower competition rate, or something like that. So they don't have to learn SEO. Meaning they did really well just based off of the product they're offering, which enticed that human interaction and got that high ranking, which caused you to see it. But that doesn't mean you want to mimic them. If they're doing weird things in their title or in their tags or whatever, that doesn't mean you want to mimic them. You still want to learn SEO. You still have to learn SEO. So the algorithm serves human interaction, responding and ranking it. Etsy doesn't hate you. People might just not like you, okay? And that's what you might want to realize. Etsy doesn't hate you. It's responding to how people respond to your listings. Now, sure, there's a lot of random happenstance when it comes to Etsy. Like you can copy a listing and have it be essentially the same, and that second one does really well. That's luck of the draw type things. That's not really what we're focusing on, because those things can't really be measured and focused on and exploited, if you will. Not exploited, but learned, right? Those random happenstances, you post one listing, you post another listing, and it does well. It's the same concept like on Instagram. If you repost something with the same exact video, it does amazing the second time, right? You might have even seen on Instagram, certain pages will just post the same exact meme every single day, and it'll say like something daily, and somebody is just hyper fixating on one meme and posting it daily. Some of those videos get 1 million views. Some of those videos get 20,000 views, and it's the same exact reel every single time. So that's a perfect example of that luck of the draw situation. There are factors outside of yourself that we can't control. We're only focusing on what we can control today. So random factors involved, like pure volume you're going up against, for example. That's not really a random factor, but in an instance where you're selling t-shirts to the dog niche, you are going up against a multitude, a sea of sellers. And that is where, you might have a killer photo, but it doesn't actually catch on. That is one extenuating circumstance I can think of in this exact moment that would cause that really good photo to do bad. So what do you want to do? You always want to ask yourself, let's get to the solution portion, because that's really important. I wanted to explain to you how the algorithm acts. A lot of people, why did I want to explain that? Because a lot of people focus on, what do I need to do? If I just do this, and this, I'm going to sell a lot. And that's not the case. You might need to get better at your craft. You might need to get better at graphic design. You might need to get better. It's not just if you type this into there and you click there, then you're going to make a ton of money on Etsy. That's not the case. You need to be better than someone else in someone else's eyes in order to make a sale. It's just that plain and simple. And I don't think enough people talk about that higher skill results in higher income when it comes to Etsy if you apply yourself correctly. So that is a tough pill to swallow. You might need to get, if for print on demand, since there's a ton of print on demand people on Etsy nowadays. When I first started this channel, it was, I was helping mainly handcrafted people, but now because there's so much print on demand, this is a very relevant tough pill that you might need to swallow. You might need to get better at graphic design. And you might need to get better at chasing trends or spotting trends or riding trends within your own niche. Because it's not that, if you're not a trend hopping type store, then you need to focus on and keep your finger on the pulse of what is happening in your niche. There might even be memes going viral within your niche, like dogs, whatever your niche is. You might want to go and look at what is happening on TikTok or on Instagram with what is happening within those niches. And if you can somehow not trademark infringe and copyright infringe, but make a meme within your own niche, then you're off to the races. That's how you ride human interaction. Trend hopping is our first solution within our own niches that will give you that edge and will capture that human interaction. So number one, obviously, is trend hopping, but there's trend hopping stores, period, that just ride any trend. Those do really well if you're good at it. Number two, you can do that within your own niche. You can ride trends within your own niche. But you don't want to always be doing that, obviously. You don't want to always be riding trends because sometimes they can die. They always eventually die out unless it's like a large scale type thing, like a show or something that will last forever. So always ask yourself, who is the product for? Is that product in demand? Is that product a trendy, hot topic? What pain point? Is there a pain point that can be served? Is there a pain point this is solving? Now, these are just broad things. You might not be able to apply these things to every single aspect of your business if you already have an existing store with 3 niches in it, or if you already have an existing set product that you make, right? What type of photo hack could you use? Like look into like photo hacks, for example. Having some text on the screen, that has worked really well in the past for certain sellers. 1 or 2 ships in 2 days or it's free, for example. That's almost like triggering a challenge. There's different things you can do with the photo that makes people want to click, in other words, and there's a lot of examples. I can get into it in another video, but think about those things. Then just think about how desirable is it? Think about the human interaction and think about how you can play into human desirability and how you can trigger desire within just a few seconds, photo and the first couple lines of text if they read the title, but mainly photo and what the product actually is. So If you have any questions, please, comment below. If you would like to get into the mentorship program, I highly recommend it. I'll be sharing some testimonials very shortly here on the channel of students that have done great numbers and great success within a short amount of time, or turned around existing stores that were doing terribly. Free 10-minute call. The link is in the description, as well as the free Etsy Ads cheat sheet. Grab that and ask me anything you would like in the comments below. I hope you have a beautiful day.